Hi everyone, today I am going to be sorting hat, book literary characters into Hogwarts Houses. As you guys might know, I really enjoy the Harry Potter series, and in the Harry Potter series there is a sorting hat, magical hat that puts you in a Hogwarts house depending on your dominant personality trait. So there are 4 houses you can belong to. I am actually a Ravenclaw, and Ravenclaws are known for their wit, learning, being quirky. So that's Ravenclaw. There is Slytherin, which their dominant traits are being sneaky, trying to get ahead, they're ambitious, like that. They're kind of like the bad guys of the Harry Potter books, but not all Slytherins are actually bad. But so, there's Slytherin, Hufflepuff, which their characteristics are loyalty, kindness, they like the status quo, they're just very nice people. And then there is Gryffindor, which are the brave ones. They're kind of reckless sometimes. So yeah. So I have these 4 Hogwarts houses. I have a cup full of literary names. I will pull one out and sort them into the Hogwarts house. So let's see. The first one is Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. Let's see. I would sort him. So, in the beginning of the book, he's definitely very much a Slytherin. He wants his power. He wants to get ahead. He doesn't think about other people, just himself, save himself. But after his visit with the ghost, when you read like the last sentence of the book, it almost seems like he's a Hufflepuff. So I will say he's 2. He changes from his dominant traits. So Slytherin and Hufflepuff for Ebenezer Scrooge. Next one, Catherine from Heartless. Ooh. That's an interesting one. My first thought was to put her in Slytherin, but I'm going to say Gryffindor, because she is very brave. She wants to find out about other realms. She's in Wonderland, but she makes friends with different people. She's a little reckless sometimes, so I'm going to say she's a Gryffindor. Mr. Rochester from Jane Eyre. Ooh. Who would Mr. Rochester be? I would say he's a Gryffindor. I'd say he's a Gryffindor. He is very reckless sometimes in some of his choices, but he's very bold and fairly brave. I could see him being brave in certain situations. So I would say Mr. Rochester from Jane Eyre is a Gryffindor. Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables. I'm going to say he's a Hufflepuff, because he is just very nice, very sweet. He's not that reckless, so that would make him like Gryffindor, but all his decisions seem to be thought out and even when he tells Anne, we were meant to be friends, you have thwarted destiny long enough. It's like he's thought about it, and he's just very kind and thinks of other people. So I'm going to say he's a Hufflepuff. Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables, and I am putting her in Ravenclaw. She loves learning. She's quirky. She has an imagination. She reminds me a lot about Luna. So, I'd definitely say she's a Ravenclaw. Kaz from the Six of Crows duology. He is definitely a Slytherin. He's very calculating. He thinks about how to get ahead. Thinks about himself a lot. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing, especially when you're in certain situations like Kaz was, but I think definitely his dominant traits are Slytherin. Kai from the Lunar Chronicles series. Kai... That's a hard one. I'm going to say he's a Hufflepuff because he's so his traits seem to be very loyal. He stays the Emperor of the Eastern Realms, even when, things are going bad. He's very loyal to his people. He loves his people. So Prince Kai, I should say, is, I think, a Hufflepuff. Jude from The Cruel Prince. I think I mentioned this before, but I would definitely put her in Slytherin. She's a very interesting character, but I think definitely her dominant traits are to get ahead. She wants to be a spy. She is like, I want to get out of here. So I think it's definitely a Slytherin. Cress from the Lunar Chronicles series. I'm going to say she is a Ravenclaw because she is very smart. She's very techy in her thinking, but she's also very quirky. And I think those are her two very dominant traits in the book. So she's a Ravenclaw. I like doing this. Cinder from the Lunar Chronicles series. I'm going to say Cinder is a Gryffindor. She is very brave. She takes on a lot of stuff in her worlds. So I can definitely just see she's very bold and just very brave and to take on stuff. And yeah, so I'd say she's Gryffindor. Will Herondale from the Infernal Devices. Will Herondale is a Ravenclaw. Just when reading the books, he loves reading and learning, and you can see that just through everything he does. Just he compares himself to like a literary character, like from Tale of Two Cities. He communicates best to Tessa through like words in books. So I think there is definitely a bit of Gryffindor in him, but I think his more dominant traits are Ravenclaw. Katniss Everdeen from The Hunger Games. And she, I would say, is a Gryffindor. She is very brave. She takes her sister's place in when they do the selection, what she has to go through, what she wants to do to take over President Snow. So I would definitely say she's a Gryffindor. Captain Thorn from the Lunar Chronicle series. He's one of my book boyfriends. But ooh, I never thought of what house he would be in. Let me think. I'm going to say he is a Gryffindor. He does not think of himself as brave, and he does not think of himself as reckless, but he's pretty brave and reckless, and just gung-ho, and let's go do this, let's fight the bad guys. And yeah, so he's definitely a Gryffindor, and because Cress is a Ravenclaw, they match perfectly. Couple more. Jane Eyre. From Jane Eyre. I'm going to say Jane Eyre is a Gryffindor. She wants more out of life when she is in the horrible situation of just the school that she's in and the terrible people there. She makes plans on how to get out, how to change her situation. She is very brave in how she talks to Mr. Rochester. Especially during those days when, especially if you're a governess, you do not speak to the person in the house like that. So I would say Jane Eyre is definitely Gryffindor. And then Mr. Rochester, I'd say is Gryffindor, so 2 Gryffindors. And the last one, Peeta from the Hunger Games. And I would say Peeta is a Hufflepuff. He is very kind, very calm. He values the people he loves, he just wants to be with. So yeah, so I'm going to say he's a Hufflepuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed, because of my love of Harry Potter, I really enjoyed putting literary characters into Hogwarts Houses. Let me know in the comments below if you think I put the literary characters into the correct Hogwarts house. And if not, tell me which house you think they belong to. I had a lot of fun doing this, so I might do this again in a future video. Maybe with, like, just Jane Austen characters or something. I don't know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.